Today on Houston Life, she helped suit up the first black woman to travel into space, Dr. Mae Jemison. We are chatting with Sharon Mcdougall about her impact on black history.
Plus, it's Heart Health Month. A look at the team, the expert cardiac team, taking care of some of the most complex babies and kids in the world.
And details on a new mini murals program that's giving local artists a chance to showcase their creations on small-scale murals around town and get paid for it.
Plus, take a look at this. If that doesn't make you hungry, I don't know what will. We're at That's My Dog and Katie. We're going to tell you all about the original barbecue brisket hot dog.
Live from Studio B and KPRC2. Houston Life starts now.
It's Friday Eve, also known as Thursday, February 25th, 2021. Hi, everybody. I'm Derek Shore.
And I'm Courtney Savala. That's right, Baby Friday, if we like to talk about, say it too.
Baby Friday.
Baby Friday. And twinsies.
Yeah, so we're both wearing local Houston shirts. We didn't plan this.
At all.
We vibe so often.
All the time.
You're Houston strong. You go, mama. Mine is Houston, but us together, get it?
Yeah.
From Anvil Cards
I love it.
in Rice Village, right there in Bissonnet. I love that spot.
Anvil.
Yeah, go see JC. Where's yours from?
Well, I kind of made this. So the sweater is from Old Navy. It was $11.
You're kidding.
No, and I had it monogrammed, stitched at the monogram shop.
No way.
Yeah.
I really like it.
Thank you. I was very excited, and I'm so glad I wore it today because didn't even know we were on the same vibe.
How very adult of you to have something monogrammed.
Thank you.
I'm
very
late
Southern.
It is.
Yes.
But it is fancy and civilized. I'm going to start monogramming everything.
Yes, and by the way, what a difference a week makes, right? It's almost 70 degrees today, last Thursday, totally different scenario. So, yeah, we're still locking arms, still remembering that drama from last week, but moving forward.
We're moving forward. It is kind of a soupy, wet, gross day outside, though.
I know, and can you believe Monday is March 1st?
No.
What is happening?
What is happening? 2021, the worst year ever.
Seriously.
But I am trying to be optimistic. It's going to get better. So your monogramming is very civilized. Speaking of uncivilized, so we uncovered this article on Reader's Digest. I love Reader's Digest because it reminds me of being a kid at my grandparents' home because she always had a stack of them.
Right.
And they have the funniest stories in them. So they put together an article with something called Conversation Killers.
Okay.
Or 10 things you should never start a sentence with. I can't believe there are only 10. But
maybe 10 most popular?
Maybe 10 most popular, but I have a feeling you're going to add some to the list. So let's get to this list. To be honest.
Oh.
So it just sort of makes people wonder if you're just going to start telling the truth. Like, okay, so you're now just being honest?
Right. No, you know that it's like a hidden message, right?
Yeah, and if someone says, no offense, you know what that means.
You're about to offend me.
Here comes an offensive comment.
Yes, exactly.
Well, actually... So the listener hears like, okay, I'm right and you're wrong. Well, actually, sort of like they're correcting you, you know?
Right.
Or this may sound stupid, makes you sound like you lack confidence, I guess? Like you're unsure of yourself?
Okay.
Or you should. How about that?
Oh.
Sort of like a condescending, you should. What do you mean I should? Who says I should?
Right, like they're giving you advice. You should do this, right? Okay.
Yeah. Okay,
right.
5 down, 5 more to go. How about this one? I'm not racist, but...
Oh.
So the but essentially sort of negates what you said. How many times have you heard someone say like, well, I have black friends, I couldn't be racist.
Right.
I'm so glad people are finally being called out for what they're posting on Facebook. Whether you intend to be racist or not, a lot of people need to take a deep, long...
It's like reading between the lines, really get what you're actually communicating.
I'm not racist, but I'm about to say this racist thing.
Right.
Or I'm going to retweet something that someone else said that's racist, but I'm not racist. Okay. How about this one? I think. So... Try I believe or I'm certain that instead of I think. Okay, that's good advice. How about I know just how you feel?
Yeah, no, you don't.
I don't think that's that bad. I mean, the experts say it comes off as insensitive, especially if someone is grieving, right?
Yeah.
Like you're making it about you rather than them letting them have their moment.
Okay, right.
Okay, a couple more. As I previously stated,
that just boils people's like blood, you know?
Since you didn't hear me the first time,
let me just repeat it.
And then there's just. So the article says, just say no, avoid the word. Huh.
I think I need it in a sentence.
Just stop.
Just stop. Just
stop.
like.
What would you add to the list of things to never say?
I don't know. I feel like those covered a lot. I don't know.
We've gone through some of them on the show before. Like when someone comes up to you and they say, "Oh, you look so tired."
Oh,
people say that.
You're so much prettier in person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get that a lot too. You're so much better looking in person.
You're so much taller on TV. Really? Because I'm sitting or I'm standing alone. So how do you know how tall I am?
You actually are sitting about what your regular height would be. Do you want us to show us what? Yeah.
Okay.
Stand next to your...
Well, you don't really see how. And I have flats on today.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. All 4, 5 feet of me.
So we sit at about your height.
Yeah.
You're perfect.
Absolutely.
Just the way you are.
With good hair. You know,
No
good
matter.
hair. I'm 5 feet. Good
How about this one? When's the baby due?
Never.
There are certain things you just never ask someone.
No, never.
Yeah, don't assume that someone's pregnant.
No, I do think that there are people, sometimes people hide behind their words. My favorite, though, is bless your heart.
Well, bless your heart, I think, can have good intentions, but mostly bad, right?
Yeah, it's not meant to be good. You know, by the way, as a matter of fact, bless your heart, that was explained to me in 2003 by Mr. Phil Archer, who we know and love, and next week will be his last week as a reporter. He's retiring after 44 years, and I had a conversation with him in the hallway the other day, and I said, Phil Archer, can't believe it. You're the first person. You were the one who explained bless your heart to me.
How did he explain it to you?
I can't really say it on television, but it was a great conversation. It just kind of, you know, it crosses out the insult. Let's just say that.
It crosses out the insult. Yeah, it's a kind way of being sort of insulting to someone.
Exactly.
Well, I'm glad. I know that over the past year with COVID and with the Black Lives Matter movement, the death of George Floyd, a lot of people have been having these very uncomfortable conversations.
In-depth conversations,
and I think sometimes people mean well and they don't understand that, you know, what's the phrase that like you're so blinded by your privilege that you don't see that there are problems out there?
Right.
I strive to never be that person, right? I feel like we got to talk about all these attacks against the Asian American community, though, because ever since COVID happened, there have been so many statements directed toward this community that are totally off base, totally outrageous.
Totally wrong.
And if anyone has seen the video of people in San Francisco and New York, elderly Asian Americans being shoved down, punched in the face, pushed over, an elderly man just passed away after being knocked down, people getting attacked on the subways.
Spit on.
There is absolutely no nuance when it comes to overt acts of hate like that. And I hope, and my nieces and my nephews, my whole family, we've always talked about this. You don't have to be the victim of these attacks to be outraged by them.
Right.
And what's the famous quote? An injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere.
Right.
So even if you don't feel like you are personally affected, I hope that we will all stand up against acts of hate and speak out and defend those who need it.
You are so right. It is so wrong. And to see this and to think that people think it's okay. That's what's so disheartening is, yes, we look different. We all come from different nationalities and backgrounds. Majority of these people were born and raised here.
Yeah.
And they have all the rights that we do. And even if they weren't, there's no reason to attack somebody by their origin. No reason whatsoever.
I mean, that is the very definition of racism, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, well, these images have been so disturbing. I mean, it just makes me sick to my stomach when I see them videos and pictures on the news like that. Luckily, an arrest was made last week in New York, some guy who attacked an elderly woman. So let's hope that this comes to an end. And I think that this is proof, really, that words do matter. And the way this virus has been defined and it's been unfairly blamed on a specific group of people, it's outrageous, it's wrong. And I think we all need to speak up, even if, you know, we're just, you know, living in the suburbs and we feel like it doesn't affect us.
Well, people should not, in this country, should not be afraid to go outside and do their lives based on what they look like, what they believe in. You know, I mean, that is a complete outrage. It's not how, and let's just face it, this is a learned behavior. This is not how people are born. It's a learned behavior.
Yeah.
And that's very sad, and we need to stop that cycle. immediately.
Well, I think here on Houston Life, we need to cover this topic a little more. And in the coming months, I think we'll do a better job of highlighting just how great the Asian American community is.
Oh, for sure.
And the contributions that they have made and how again, they've been so unfairly treated over the past year. It's really disappointing.
It really is. And hopefully we can move forward with the conversation, for sure.
Okay, well, let's lighten the mood.
I know. Okay, so you know how I feel about binge watching, and I know that you don't watch anything. You don't watch a thing. Are we talking about this? We are, right? Okay, so I just binge watched Bridgerton, and basically with that population, Mental Floss put out an article about TV shows you should never watch.
I promise I'll watch it at some point.
With your parents.
Oh.
Don't watch them with your parents.
So why not? It's a little steamy?
A little steamy, a little racy. Now, according to a survey from a UK-based company, 81% of participants deemed Bridgerton too awkward to watch with your parents. I mean, maybe episodes 1, 2, 3, and 4 might be okay. Do not watch 5 through 7 with your parents. It's not recommended. Some of the other shows that made the list were Orange is the New Black.
Okay.
Have you seen that?
Literally this entire list I have
know,
not.
you haven't.
Sex and the City, I've seen a few of those.
I did see an episode with Sex and the City with my mom. Tragic. Orange is the New Black. This is back when I was still working the morning show, and I was checking on one of the kids. I was going upstairs and walking through the room where Orlando was watching television, and I happened to see a glimpse of it on TV, and I stopped me in my tracks. What are you watching?
Oh, no.
Orange is the New Black. So, yeah, wouldn't recommend that at all. Any of those?
The show You? I'd never even heard of that show. Here's the thing. Courtney and Lauren Kelly yesterday were having a conversation about some great new show. I had never even heard of it. I feel like the binge problem is that a show is the hot thing and people watch it, and for a week it's like everyone is talking about that show, and then there's something new to watch. We forget about it.
And then the second season comes, and then we watch it all over again.
There's
Yellowstone?
Just too much
Come
good
on,
stuff
watch
out
Yellowstone.
there. I'm busy watching Houston Life.
Really?
No.
Okay. Why do you even own a television?
I don't know. It's a great question.
When you're in this business, this is very disturbing.
Sometimes wrong people happen to write things. Okay, after the break, how a 105-year-old woman says she beat COVID. This is very interesting. What she is saying she eats every morning that is keeping her healthy.
Plus, Joe Sam is checking out a Black-owned business that's putting a unique and gourmet twist on the classic hot dog. Houston Live will be back in 2 minutes. Okay, I'm obsessed with this story. Okay, so listen to this. A 105-year-old woman. Did you guys hear me right? 105 years old. She said she beat COVID-19 with an unlikely remedy, and I'm going to do this now for the rest of my life. Lucia De Cleric is 105 years old. She lives in Mystic Meadows in a rehab and nursing center in Little Egg Harbor, New Jersey.
Cute name.
I know, right? Look at her. She has gained quite the status this past month after beating COVID-19, and the secret she revealed in a New York Times interview is how she did it may surprise you.
Okay.
She revealed each morning she consumes nine, not 8, not 10, 9 gin-soaked golden raisins, and has done this for the most of her life. For 105 years. I mean, maybe not 105.
What does that do?
She said, I don't know, but that's what she's been doing. And she also said that the secret to living a long life, Mom, I know you're watching, prayer, prayer, prayer.
Aww.
And Eileen says her novenas daily, multiple times. And so how about eating some gin-soaked raisins?
I mean, the white raisins
the golden raisins.
In gin.
Yeah.
Interesting. I feel like we need to put a disclaimer out here that we're not doctors, and we by no way
we are not recommending this. We're just telling you, we're passing along information.
I am curious, though, because I've had the vodka-soaked gummies.
Love those.
Like a gummy bear.
Yeah.
To be clear. Like a gummy bear.
Yeah.
Like vitamins,
yes.
You know, soaked in vodka. And those get a little, I don't know.
You could just make
goopy
Jell-O shots.
I could. I start the day with one of those every day as well. As always, we want to hear from you. What has been getting you through the pandemic rum-soaked raisins, gin-soaked raisins, whatever it is, visit our Houston Life Facebook page. You know the drill. Join the conversation. Maybe it's a mocktail. Maybe it's sparkling water.
Can I just tell you the photo that the New York Times took of her, though? She looks like she has zero stress in her life.
It's true.
She doesn't care about anything.
105.
105. She's living right. Absolutely.
Born in 1916, I bet. Or 15, depending on when her birthday is.
Love
All right,
it.
Lucia, thanks for the advice. Shifting gears now, in honor of Black History, we are spotlighting one couple who turned their dream into one of Houston's thriving Black-owned businesses.
Joe Sam is in Katy at That's My Dog restaurant, home of barbecue beef brisket dog. And Joe, I know you're hungry.
You already know this, Courtney and Derek, so I can't wait to get into all of this amazing food that we have lined up for you. But before we do that, I want to introduce you to the owner, Kevin, here. And your wife created this business here back in 2013. You had your grand opening. Tell us where the idea came from, because I've been waiting all night to say, that's my dog.
That's my dog. The idea came from a couple that we met in New York. We were in front of the Metropolitan Art Museum, and they had hot dog carts there. And the line was down the street and around the corner. And we were just like, hey, I want to know what it's like to be in this hot dog world. So I asked a few questions. It piqued my interest. We went back home to California, where we were from, purchased our first cart, and that's how history started.
And we went from a cart to now brick and mortar, and then inside of this brick and mortar, we have these amazing items. I mean, if you can't see my face right now with this mask on, but my mouth is like literally dropped wide open. Tell us about some of the hot dogs that we see up here.
All right, so if we start here, this is our most popular hot dog. That's our barbecue beef brisket hot dog. My grandfather's recipe for barbecue sauce and the brisket. We put it on top of an all beef dog, cheese, onions, and barbecue sauce that we make homemade, spicy or mild. This is our number 7.
Oh,
it's a little bit of my grandmother mixed with a little bit of my grandfather. It's the Cajun coleslaw with the brisket underneath and the barbecue sauce drizzled.
And look at these Fritos on top of this one here. That's like a chili cheese pie right there.
That's our Frito pie dog.
Oh.
And so kind of nostalgic, people come in looking for that old school feel for a hot dog. They want a Frito pie or a walking taco. We offer them this one.
Oh yeah, and you know, when we come back, we're going to be actually assembling one of these amazing dogs up here. We're going to talk a lot more about what we have right here. It's not a dog, it's their fries, and they're amazing. We're going to have all that for you, and we're going to be tasting all of these items. See, we're ready to eat, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Derek and Courtney, like I said, mouth-watering. Oh.
That's a big meal, Joe. And we're between lunch and dinner, so
Eat up.
Eat up. Something tells me you can do it.
We'll see in just a bit. Still to come, we're going to chat with Sharon Mcdougall, who helped suit up history-making African-American astronauts, including Dr. Mae Jemison.
That is fantastic. And after the break, learn more about the team putting their whole hearts into caring for the hearts of their patients. Houston Life will be right back. February is American Heart Month, and we want to shine a light on the team taking care of some of the most complex babies and kids in the world with heart issues. And it's all happening right in our own backyard.
UT Health and Children's Memorial Hermann Hospital pediatric cardiologist Dr. Jorge Salazar recently joined us to help raise awareness about pediatric and congenital heart defects.
You really are like a miracle worker. Just reading what you guys are able to do there is incredible, from, you know, caring for babies who are born with half a heart. Let's back up, though. Let's talk about just how common this issue is, heart issues in young babies. Is it true that 1 in 100 children will be born with some sort of heart issue?
You know, it's amazing. Growing up, I had no idea that heart defects were so common. I didn't know anybody who had a heart defect. And the sad news is that, yes, 1 out of 100 kids are born with a heart defect. But the good news is that we can fix essentially all of the kids now. When I was a kid, dealing with heart defects was very, very difficult. And frankly, most of the kids used to pass away. But now we can save 99% plus of all the children that are born with heart defects, no matter how complex.
And they are living to tell those stories as well. I have friends who have had children and babies born with CHDs, and other friends who their children developed this, or they figured it out much later in their teens. And so that's the thing. This could either be detected in utero or even after birth.
That's true, you know, especially with the screening that we do when the babies are in the womb during pregnancy, but even after in the nurseries or in the neonatal intensive care units, we're detecting 80 to 90% of these kids in the newborn period. And that way there are no surprises when they, you know, get older and end up having heart problems. So we can really detect the vast majority of these kids ahead of time.
Your team is really caring for some of the most complex babies in the world, right? And we mentioned a moment ago, for example, your team can reconstruct babies who are born with just half a heart?
Yeah, it seems hard to believe, I must admit, but we're so excited that we can take the kids with the most complex heart defects, the ones that have been turned down for care at other centers. We have kids coming from all over the world. We just got a call from Saudi Arabia this morning, people looking for hope. There's kids born with half a heart that we can now go in and reconstruct the heart from the inside out, rearrange all the parts, and actually give the parents back their child, a child with a normal heart.
It is really,
it's very exciting.
It's so exciting. It's so incredible. We should mention, too, that Children's Memorial Hermann Hospital's program is among the elite. That's top 6% for congenital heart surgery outcomes in North America, for patient care and outcomes, as you just heard. And I think what's so amazing about this, doctor, is that when the parents hear that there is a congenital heart defect or there is something wrong before their baby's born or even after, it's scary. They have so many questions, but they are in such great hands with y'all.
Yeah. You know, I'm a dad. I've got 5 girls of my own and 2 boys. And I put myself in the shoes of these parents hearing the message that their child has a heart defect. And it's a shock. It's an emotional shock to the system, or in Spanish, it would be like a susto or a choque. And it really affects these parents tremendously. And our job is to not only help their child physically, but also to help them psychologically and emotionally, to support them so that they know that we've got this. We're going to take care of their child just like our own, and that we're going to make their child whole.
Listen, if I had a child with a heart issue, I can already tell just chatting with you, I would bring them to you right away. You touched on this a moment ago, Dr. Salazar, but in addition to providing life-changing, life-saving operations, reconstructive surgery, you are giving these families hope. For any family out there who has maybe learned of a diagnosis and they're terrified right now, they don't know what to do, what's your message to them?
Well, first of all, for them to know that there is hope, and that they have lots of reason to have faith in that, and that they should speak to their pediatrician or to their pediatric cardiologist. And if they don't have a pediatric cardiologist yet, their local pediatrician can definitely refer them. We have a great group of pediatric cardiologists here in Houston. Some are university affiliated, some are in the community, but I can tell you they're all fantastic, and they're ready to see your child immediately. We actually give our cell phones out to the parents, and we just make this really personal. And I want these families to know that we're in this with them, and we're going to treat their child just like our own child.
All right, Dr. Jorge Salazar, thank you so much for your time, and thank you for helping make the babies in our community even stronger.
You're very kind. Thank you so much.
Love chatting with him, too. Great information there. For more information, if you need it, visit memorialhermann.org/PD-heart or call 713-222-CARE.
Coming up on Houston Life, from death row to working for the public defender's office, the story of a man who was wrongfully behind bars for 18 years.
Plus, we're going to check in with Keith, Christine, and Frank for a look at what's coming up with the news at 4. Houston Life is back in 2 minutes. Oh, welcome back. Hi, I'm Courtney. I'm Derek.
Off in space a little bit?
Well, I thought there was music. Usually there's a little under music there. I was waiting for it. I don't know. Almost 3:30 on this Friday Eve. Feeling good.
Feeling good.
You never know, right?
You never know what's going to happen here on Houston Life. Now it's time to hear from all of you. Earlier in today's show, we asked you to share what's been helping you get through the pandemic. Adriana writes in, my boyfriend, Josh, He gets me. What a coincidence, Adriana. You and I both have the same boyfriend. My other boyfriend.
It's a good one.
It is a good one. Is that a Cabernet Sauvignon?
It's so good. Michelle writes in, building a house, husband home working, and finally decided, as I've told him for years, that our house is too small. It took a pandemic to convince him. Congratulations.
Congrats, Michelle. I know the feeling. All right, Taylor, Channel 2. Aw, today's show, Owen and Lisa, my soap at 2, Derek and Courtney, of course, with Lauren and Joe Sam. Top it off with Christine and Keith at 4. I was a wreck during the impeachment trials. Stay-at-home mom here, making it with Channel 2. Taylor, thank you so much. Glad we get to hang out with you as well.
I know, every day. I love that. And Greg writes in, my dog and staying in regular contact with those who matter most, not allowing relationships to slip away, even if we can't visit in person. That is so true. Picking up a phone, writing a special note. It's so good to still feel that connection, even though during this crazy time.
Yeah, for sure.
What about you?
Thanks for all of your comments. For me, I think it's probably technology, because typically I would see my family multiple times per year. They would visit, or I would fly to Salt Lake. And so I think just being able to talk to my mom a dozen times a day on the phone, I think that's what's kept me sane. How about you?
Yeah, that's definitely a good one. You know, the communication. I'm going to go with Oscar.
The dog?
The dog.
Who knew?
Who knew?
He thawed your cold heart.
He did. But, you know, we go on our 2-3 mile walks a day. It's my way of kind of releasing, getting the cobwebs out, just kind of regrouping. And it's because of him that I do that.
Yeah. Getting out, I mean, it gets the blood pumping and wakes you right up, so I'm glad that.
Can you believe I'm a dog mama now?
I can't, because you were so anti for a while. People can change.
All right, let's get a check of Keith, Christine, and Frank for what they have coming up for the news at 4. Hey, guys.
Hey. All good stuff. Yeah, we got to find ways to get through this whole thing.
I know. And Taylor, we love you. Thank you for tuning in to Houston Live and us. We appreciate that.
Yeah.
You know, Josh has a lot of girlfriends and boyfriends. I will say that.
Somebody needs to call on that guy.
That is a good bottle of wine, though.
Today would be a good day to have a bottle of wine if you're inside. It's going to be kind of soggy across the area, Frank.
I'm going to take Josh down to Oyster Bay and look for some decoys.
There we go.
Isn't it sad? I know that many brands off the top of my head.
Yes.
No, right there with you.
Hey, look, this is interesting about Galveston. Sure, the fog, but you'll notice a lot of these palm trees took quite a hit with the cold, but others have done fairly well. So it's kind of hit and miss on that. In the meantime, the fog is there in Galveston. That's Houston. It's been a bit of a drizzleable day, hasn't it? Right now, 70 downtown, 72 southwest, 65 in Galveston. I've got really a pretty nice day. I actually did a little running this morning. It wasn't bad. The clouds are there and a little bit of mist, but temperatures are cooperating. Right now, we're looking for numbers to be generally in the upper 60s as we go into the evening. A lot of this rain has moved off to the north. It's still spotty around town, but some of the heavier showers, and they're not even very heavy, off into parts of Liberty County, northern Harris County. So I'd keep an umbrella handy, and those intermittent wipers that annoy everybody. This front is going to be hanging out through tomorrow, but then it actually starts to move north as we move toward the weekend. So watch it, and you'll see it meandering here. So up to the north, 59 College Station, a little cooler there with warmer temperatures here. And then as we go to tomorrow, you're in the 50s off to the north, but 60s here. And the same thing into Friday afternoon. But we just don't change much. The fog, the misty conditions, what does change is that by the time we get to Saturday, I think it's going to look a lot better. So it's going to be cloudy and mild this evening, and more fog and more mist. That's right through tomorrow. But the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, is actually looking A-OK. I'll have the forecast at 4.
We like good-looking weekends.
Yeah, without a doubt. All right, Frank, thank you. And here's a look at some of the other stories that we are following for you this afternoon. State lawmakers grilling ERCOT executives about the power grid failures during this month's winter storm. At one point, the hearings, they became emotional as victims of the storm were remembered by some of the lawmakers. KPRC2's Robert Arnold and Mario Diaz are in Austin monitoring those hearings. Their live reports begin at 4 o'clock.
Also, Governor Abbott giving us an update about the progress of COVID-19 vaccination efforts when he says the list of eligible patients could soon be expanded to include more people.
Plus, NASA's Perseverance rover successfully landed on Mars last week, and now many are hopeful putting a man or woman on the red planet is next. We're going to take a look at the research going into that next step and how it can benefit folks who will never set foot on Mars. So we have a lot coming up today at 4 o'clock, you guys.
Interesting stuff.
All right, guys, we'll see you then. These people who want to go to Mars, fascinating to me.
I know. It's really great. Thanks, guys. Well, throughout February, you know, we have brought you stories And we have stories from a journalism major with a focus in advertising and public relations.
Yeah, that's right. From KTSU to the Voice Online team. Today's article is about Anthony Graves, a man who was wrongfully imprisoned for 18 years. He was even on death row at one point. He's now the first exoneree to work at the Harris County Public Defender's Office.
Today's story is written by TSU student Lydia Dillard, a journalism major with a focus in advertising and public relations.
You can head to clicktohouston.com/Black History for the full story, along with more articles about Black history from the students at Texas Southern University.
Now, coming up, we continue to honor Black history when we meet the important figure behind Dr. Mae Jemison's memorable trip to space.
And now let's check in with Lauren Kelly, who has a look at a big idea on a small scale. Hey, Lauren.
Really great way to put it. Ahead, how you can get paid to paint. Details on Up Art Studio's new mini murals program, commissioning artists to paint small-scale murals in diverse local neighborhoods. More of Houston Life when we return. Have you ever driven around the streets of Houston and noticed beautifully painted traffic signal control box or a colorful utility box at an intersection? Those are mini murals, and Up Art Studio is giving Texas artists a chance to showcase their designs as well as get paid for it with their new program. Here's how.
The Mini Murals is an award-winning public art program where we take traffic signal control cabinets and convert them into art. You can see them all around Houston. They're in so many neighborhoods now thanks to our different sponsors. We've had council members, management districts, even neighborhood associations have pulled money together to get one in their neighborhood. So you can see them all around Houston. We now have 316 of them all around. And it's really exciting to see how much the program's grown.
So you need artists to paint these boxes, and
Absolutely.
They're going to be rewarded for it, right?
Yes, absolutely. So currently, we just launched our open call. And something that's different this time around is that the open call is going to be open year-round, and we'll be reviewing applications once every quarter. And we'd love to see as many artists as possible apply for the opportunity.
The boxes I've seen painted are so beautiful as it is. I can't wait to see all of these different designs and colors on more of the Houston streets. Now, how can people sign up? Is there a website that they can go to?
Yes, they can go to our website, minimurals.org, and we just updated it to now include more information for artists who are interested in the program, as well as information for sponsors who are interested in sponsoring a box.
Which is a big part, because these artists, Aaliyah, like you said, they're going to get paid for it, right?
They're going to get paid. Typically, the commission is $1,000 for the artist. That's $250 for supplies and $750 for an artist fee. And to date, given that we've done more than 300 boxes, we've paid out more than $300,000 to artists in our community over the past 5 years. So we're really proud of that, and we hope to, get that number up to $1 million.
It's such a wonderful program. Thank you so much for showing our viewers how they can be a part. And it's a great cause. And I think it's really going to help bring so much more beauty art-wise to the city. So Aaliyah, thank you so much.
And if you are interested in applying for Up Art Studio's Mini Murals program, visit the artist info page at minimurals.org. Derek and Courtney, I asked if they wanted my skills, but I need a little bit more of a resume, so I didn't have what it takes, the qualifications yet.
It is one of my favorite programs in the city. I love it. Willie Nelson, Barbara Bush, Lady Bird.
Yes,
I mean, there's so many great ones all over.
It's so great. I love it. Yeah.
300 something and counting.
Yes.
We'd love to hear that.
Yeah.
Thanks, Lauren.
Thanks, guys.
All right, so back in 1992, Dr. Mae Jemison became the first Black woman to travel into space aboard the Space Shuttle Endeavour. But many are unaware that another African-American woman was also part of that historic mission.
And her name is Sharon Mcdougall, and she joins us now with more on her incredible story. Sharon, welcome to the show. Great to see you.
You guys.
I have to just say a little background here. Not only are you a mom of two, you worked for the Space Shuttle program for 22 years, an Air Force veteran, which is basically where you began your aerospace career and passion. By the way, thank you for your service. And this is you have such an incredible story. Let's talk about that aerospace passion. Where did it begin for you?
My career actually chose me. When I joined the Air Force, you know, before you join, you have to take a test. And they go by your test scores in the different areas of the test and decide where you will work. The first job they offered was air traffic controller, but I hadn't graduated high school yet. So the next job that came up that matched my test scores was aerospace physiology.
Wow. And it's so incredible. Courtney, I second you. Reading through all of the things that you've accomplished, it's pretty staggering. Let's go back to 1992, specifically, you know, this mission flown by the Space Shuttle Endeavour. So Dr. Jemison, you were her suit tech. And this job is so critical because you are responsible for processing essentially the orange launch and re-entry pressure suit assemblies worn by the astronauts, down to every single detail, like escape equipment, riding utensils, the diaper. Describe to us just how detailed this job was, because I can imagine the pressure, you don't want to miss a single thing.
Exactly. And as I was mentioning in another interview, the suits, that one astronaut, that's not just their suit. Other people wear that suit as well. Mm-hmm. So you have to continually prep it. You have to take the neck ring apart. You have to take different seals and things apart, and continue to keep it processed. And also, after so many times, you know, it might get too damaged, it'll become a training suit, so it'll never go to space again. But yeah, like I tell people when I would train them, treat it like your child is going to be wearing that suit. And make sure you tighten every screw, lube every seal, do everything you're supposed to do. Because if your child was in it, you would want it to be perfect.
You know, I know this was your passion. I know this was your job. But in the moment, or maybe just stepping out from that life, when you look back, in that moment, did you realize how big this was for you?
No, I did not, because like you said, you know, you get bored because you do the same thing every day. You know, I'm suiting up astronauts, and of course, Mabel is not the only astronaut I suited up. I suited up many astronauts over my career. Even when I was suiting up May, I didn't realize how big it was, you know, because I had done it so long in the Air Force prior to coming to Houston. So it really didn't hit me how big until 2017 when Hidden Figures came out. Mm-hmm. And people were saying, you should tell your story. And I assumed everybody knew because I was in photos with her, but I was hidden in plain sight. It's like they didn't even see me, you know, so I just assumed everybody knew. And so when I reached out and told my story, then it started spreading. And people were like, what you did? Even people in my own hometown, I'm from Moss Point, Mississippi. They didn't even know that I had done that. Even though I was in all these photographs with her, even the little video clip, as you saw, people just didn't know. And that's Colonel Fred Gregory right there. Yep.
Hidden in plain
amazing.
sight.
And then, you know, I made my own history, of course, because I was the only Black woman in my department. Mm-hmm. And I worked from the very bottom as a C technician all the way up to manager before I departed.
And alongside all of those firsts, and it's so much fun seeing these photographs of you, it was no big deal for you to just travel to Kennedy Space Center often, working to support multiple shuttle launches, not just the Endeavour. When your space career ended, when the shuttle program came to an end in 2011, that must have been kind of a frustrating time, right? Because I know for a lot of us who grew up, I mean, the space shuttle program was everything. To see it come to an end, describe to us how you felt at that time.
Yeah, the space shuttle program was definitely a huge source of pride for all of us in the Space City, of course, and down in Florida. But we knew ahead of time, so it wasn't like they just told us a week before that it's going to end. President Bush had already made plans that it was going to be retirement. So we were well aware of it. But it did hurt a lot of people, you know, hurt our hearts, and, you know, the great jobs, because I absolutely loved my job. And there's very few people that can say they actually loved their job like I did.
Right.
And I stayed there until at the end, till we have to pack up everything and send it back to NASA. So it really did hurt. And not only economically, but like I said, a lot of us, that's all I've done my whole life. Right out of high school, pressure suits in the Air Force. Come to Houston, right after I got the Air Force, pressure suits, my whole life. That's what I've done.
Well,
so
here's
it hurt.
here's your chance, Sharon. Speak to young girls out there, women, young girls of color, and a way to just go after your dream, and that women can do it just as good, if not better, than men.
Exactly. And I was one of the best in my career field, and it can be done. Anybody's trainable. And that's one thing I preach. You know, you don't have to have, where are you going to get press suit experience except working on them? So you have to give people a chance and let them have that opportunity to learn how to do the job. There are so many other career fields in the space program besides becoming an astronaut. So kids, do not give up. And I did not have a college degree. I accomplished all of this without a college degree. So it's possible. You know, don't feel down on yourself because you may not be able to afford to go to school. You can still make it. The military is a great choice. It's the best choice I could have made to kick my career off. But you can still be a huge success. I'm living proof.
Sharon Mcdougall, you are living proof of success indeed. What an inspiration. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you for having me.
Very impressive career to be proud of, for sure. And to connect with Sharon, you can visit our website, HoustonLife.tv.
And now we're going to check in with Joe Sam, who's trying out a ballpark favorite. Hey, Joe.
Hey guys, so when we come back here, we're going to be assembling their #1 favorite here, the barbecue brisket hot dog. We're going to tell you how it tastes and how you can get yourself up on the Hall of Fame. We're going to tell you all about that here at That's My Dog and Katie when Houston Life returns. Welcome back here to Houston Life. You know, we're spotlighting a black-owned business here in Katy. It's called That's My Dog. I've been waiting all night to say that. And I'm here with the other owner, Ryan, to talk all about the assembly of one of your #1 sellers, the barbecue brisket dog, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. So you're going to show me how to do this, and then we're going to eat.
Let's make it happen,
Let's
Joe.
make it happen. What do I have to do first?
All right, family. So you go down with the barbecue beef brisket. So you want to get your tongs there.
All right.
Grab some brisket, a good generous portion.
Oh, I like a generous portion. You know, you don't have to tell me nothing about that. We like a lot on there. And these are gourmet hot dogs whenever we're looking and creating this here.
All right. Now you want to go down with your cheese. Everybody likes a little cheese there.
Yeah, I'm going to get a good little bit of cheese on there. Look at that. Oh, baby. All right, what we have next? Good old onions, and that's going to make it nice and sweet.
Absolutely.
Give it a little
you want to
sweet to it.
spice it up a little bit.
And we like getting it hot because I'm a hot boy.
I like it hot.
We like it hot. All right, and then...
All right, wrist action right here.
Okay, here we go.
This is Grandpa Reed's barbecue sauce. Drizzle it a little bit.
Risk. There we go. Ooh, you said a little bit. I kind of went heavy on that.
All right, try it out. Let us know, family.
We're going to take off the mask so we can try this out here at That's My Dog. And as I'm eating this here, tell people about this competition that they can compete in to get on the Wall of Fame.
Absolutely. Behind us, you'll see the Wall of Fame. It is an 18-inch hoagie roll, 2 of these beef hot dogs, a pound of brisket, a pound of ribs, a pound of our Cajun slaw French fries, 21-ounce beverage, 7 pounds of food. You do it in 30 minutes or less, and you'll make the Wall of Fame.
Wow. And where can people go to get information about That's My Dog, and what times do you guys open for them to try out these amazing hot dogs?
All right, family. If you can't remember us, just Google us. Just Google That's My Dog, but our website is tmd30.com. We are open Wednesday through Saturday from 11 a.m. until 8 p.m. and our Soul Food Sunday, which is coming soon next door, from 11 to 6.
I think I'm going to spend the night. That's what we're going to do, because we have to get more of these amazing gourmet hot dogs here at That's My Dog. Black-owned business doing some great things in the community as well. Look at this here. Courtney, Derek, we're going to finish the whole thing. And it's a perfect day to do this and go and take a good nap after.
Perfect food coma. That thing is huge. Joe Sam, thanks so much.
And after the break, a look at what's coming up on tomorrow's show, including how one local tween is inspiring starting their own business.
And as we head to break, let's check in with Kevin Frazier for a look at what's coming up on Entertainment Tonight. Hey, Kevin.
Derek and Courtney tonight on ET. Lady Gaga's dog walker shot, her dog stolen, how the singer is responding. Plus, we're with the voice coaches as they dish about the new season and how Kelly Clarkson's divorce is impacting her music career. You don't want to miss it. That is tonight at 6:30 right here on KPRC2. Stay put. Houston Life. We'll be right back.
Oh, Chris is...
Tomorrow on Houston Life, learn more about African culture through this dynamic Texas-based dance and drum ensemble.
Plus, meet the local 12-year-old whose handmade soap business boomed during the pandemic. And by the way, starting tomorrow, we're kicking off the Houston Life prize wheel. I feel like I need some
practicing
music.
that move. You can enter to win prizes including swag from some of your favorite NBC shows, or how about this, a gift card to Landry's.
Head to HoustonLife.tv and sign up for our newsletter for your chance to be our big winner.
And right now, if you head to our Houston Life Instagram page, you can vote on which jacket I will be wearing to spin in tomorrow. Look at that. Your choices this week are sparkling green or rose gold. Go vote now by searching Houston Life on Instagram.
Every good prize wheel needs a costume change.
A costume change, a sparkly jacket. I don't think I've ever worn sequins before.
Yes, you have.
I have?
Don't you have a tuxedo that has sequins on it?
No, I do not.
Yes, you do. It's like a shimmer or something.
No, but they're not sequins. That must have been a dream you had about me.
I don't think so. Be sure to tune in tomorrow, though, because you can be our first winner.
And the NBC swag is actually really cool.
It's really
good. There's a big round clock. I kind of want the clock, but we're not eligible to take them home. But there's a big round NBC clock. There's a huge mug.
There's all kinds of good swag.
All kinds of good stuff. So tune in, we'll spin, and you can win.
Look at you rhyming. Are you a rapper and I didn't know it?
Yes, I am.
We'll see you tomorrow.
I gotta get to my rap job.